In Response, a legacy podcast, is brought to you by greatness@anycost.com and austrian-legacy.com. Hello everyone and welcome to the 17th episode. We're practicing safer podcasting of
In Response, a legacy podcast.
I'm Philip Klein.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Peter Plank.
And we're talking about legacy.
Most of the time.
So we're having a real good time. Actually, we're I think 2 bottles of wine in now,
Probably.
and some beer. So we are
Back together.
yeah.
actually.
That's great. Oh my god, I can't imagine we're really sitting here just a
Yeah.
an arm length away from each other, and it's a great feeling. I can't emphasize this that much. I gotta say, but we are really practicing safer podcasting here. We are
Oh, yeah.
all tested for COVID-19.
We're keeping distance.
We're keeping distance. We're all negative for COVID-19, but we're positive. So
Did you know the distancing is, I think, in Austria 2 meters now instead of 1 meter?
Okay.
At first it was the baby elephant, and now it's the whale penis.
I mean, it's in the media. It's called.
you mean from
I
a
think cow
sperm
length.
whale or the blue whale?
The blue whale. I mean, if this is 20 centimeters, this is 2 meters.
Yeah, should be all right.
Yeah, should be alright. Yeah.
Just for imagination, the distance Daniel pointed out was the length of a magic card for 20 centimeters.
Yeah, that's like all men say, right?
Yeah, that's why girls can't park because they think that's 20 centimeters.
Okay. Nice.
No,
I think we're just happy to be back together.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of great. We are trying to record now for 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Should be more like 3, but yeah.
And we just shit talking all the time and having just lots of fun, and it's great. Oh yeah, folks, it's just great, and I can't wait to get vaccinated or be for this all to blow over. I gotta say, sometimes I'm really jealous of the US or countries that have all this vaccination thing.
They're just skipping all the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And they just vaccinate this one. You get an vaccination.
Like Oprah, you get a vaccine, and you get a vaccine, and you get a vaccine.
Yeah. I mean, and I think in these times it is the better way to do it, actually.
For sure. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just everyone gets a needle, and
Yeah.
everything's good again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the time I'm just jealous when I hear the
True. I
guys
think Israel
talking.
has a vaccination rate of about 55% of the population right now.
Yeah, and also the UK has about 5 million already vaccinated, and they are seeing a plummeting in the cases of COVID-19,
Yeah.
and in Austria they're just rising again. And I just hope we don't have another lockdown, but I think we will have. And
Seems inevitable.
Yeah, it's just hard. I mean, the problem was that the European Union, as all together, basically purchased too low amounts from the right vaccines, and just way too late. And yeah, I mean, it will be interesting how it will be in the near future. It's the one thing that Brexit has done to Europe was that now the vaccine production is in Great Britain, and they left the European Union, so they aren't forced to distribute everything to the European Union and then back to Great Britain, so they can keep it for themselves. And with that, I think it's AstraZeneca has just way too low amounts that is delivered to Europe. I think it's just way too low. And yeah, will be interesting how it will fare for Europe and Austria all together. I think we have now we are now near 1 million.
We're a little bit above 1 million. We're, I think, 1.08 or
Okay.
1.07 million people now vaccinated.
Which is about 1/8,
1/9.
1/9.
1/9 of
I
our
mean,
population.
and the 1 million or 1.5 million children won't be 1 million children. I think won't be vaccinated
Yeah,
in the near
because they're under
future.
16, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we will have near to 1 million people in Austria that won't get vaccinated because they just don't want
Maybe
to.
more, but
Maybe more, but yeah, will be interesting.
yeah, how many decide
how it
not to?
fares. I mean, we had a real big march in Vienna, I think one week ago, where it was basically these pictures are horrifying in a pandemic like this one, and yeah.
Yeah, such things are just dumb. I mean, the scientific research is here, so there's nothing to argue about, in my opinion. So
But the Earth is flat.
it's kind of the
In
same.
any
But,
case,
but I don't want to go that route now.
Let's talk about different things.
Oh, for sure.
Go
So
to something
More
more
interesting.
good to hear about, I think.
yeah, actually, but we're sitting here together and Beat is negative and just having fun. It's kind of a real positive or good news for me, and yeah, I haven't had so much fun since some months at least. So it's really great. It's really great. Yeah, and speaking of me,
What's going on?
yeah, I also think I have a really good time at the moment with Legacy since the Oko ban. My how can I say this? I won't say my dreams came true, but
More or less.
I'm working towards it. I'm working all the time now on a red-green madness list. And yesterday I finally break the 4-1 barrier. Just a little bit short of 5-0 to get published, but that's actually my biggest dream right now, or biggest goal that I have to get to. And you can find the list on my Twitter. It's @FinnecMTG, and it's basically a Hollow 1 list with Vengewine in red and green, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I just like this new meta without Oko, without Astrolabe, and without Treasure Arcanist. You can. It's basically like Modern Horizons and War of the Spark and Throne of Eldraine never happened.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because the other cards of these expansions.
I mean, Brazen Boar is still a thing, but the rest is.
Yeah, but they are they're feeling right for the power level of Legacy. So,
Yeah, for sure.
So that's okay in my opinion, and so I really love the new meta, and you can do so many stupid things in it. And oh yeah, I know that this pile of dog shit, like you like you, Peter, called it. No offense taken here. It's probably the right reason to call it, but it's fun, and
Yeah.
that's what I like about it. And yeah, I'm going to 5-0 with this.
Let's keep the fingers crossed for Philip.
Yeah, I mean,
We're setting up a donation account.
Give me all your ticks. Give me all your ticks.
I mean, statistically, it's true that sometimes you will get the 5-0, but yeah, how long it takes is a different question.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
went
yeah.
2 and 3 today. with the same list. And yeah, I got a little bit unlucky with my Burning Inquiries. But that's what I found really funny when I played this deck in a league, and I just punched my opponent for 14 on turn 1, and he said in the chat like something like this, like really getting lucky today, aren't we? And I thought like, well, I played Burning Inquiry, I discarded random. What do you think this is?
This is basically Philip at a slot machine.
Yeah, I can definitely see this.
I am in Vegas now.
Hey, I was in Vegas. And I played a whole freaking $6 at the slots.
That's nice. This is nice.
The rest I used for hookers. No. Just for sightseeing, but yeah, Vegas is great. The sightseeing and hookers is basically the same.
You just look at the beautiful mountains over there.
I went to the Grand Canyon. Oh god, it doesn't get better. So I think that's enough about from me. So Peter, just going over to you. What happens in your life at the moment?
Yeah, now with March going on, back to university, doing courses and something like that. With my dad, I'm now working a little bit with him together. So I'm a little bit now programming on SAP, which is basically one of the biggest software firms out there. And I'm programming now on ABAP 4.
ABAP.
And it's basically a really, really interesting programming language.
Is it the same like
PPAP?
ACAB?
Do you know this song Pen Pineapple Apple Pen? PPAP.
Pineapple Apple Pen.
Yeah.
I think something like that.
Pen Pineapple Apple Pen.
Pineapple Apple Pen.
Yeah. This is the programming language that you're referring to, right?
So I have to put pineapples and apples and pens in there. Yeah. No, but it's a really, really interesting language to program, and yeah, playing some games while studying. Today I discovered Loop Heroes, which is a roguelike.
Tell me
game.
something about this. You already said that it was really fun, and I can't imagine anything about it.
Yeah, it's basically a game where you spawn and you run around in a circle with your hero. You get to equip some new weapons, armor, and something like that. You fight various camps of monsters, and you develop a town. And yeah, so some progress every round that you do, and it's really, really interesting, and how you build your characters every try, and it's something I will enjoy in the near future. Today I played for 2 or 3 hours, so it was really, really cool, and I will look forward for the next few days and weeks, because studying will go a little bit on the side and the game will go up, but no, studying has to go through, but on the downtime, something good to do.
So for clarification, you say it's like an RPG, but with MOBA elements, or
no, it's a rogue game where you get every time you defeat enemies, you get cards where you can place good stuff and bad stuff. So you can you have some mountains, fields, and something like that that will empower your hero, and you have to put something like graveyards. And some stuff near the road where you travel each time where you run in a circle, and there enemies spawn that you have to defeat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you progress, you fight against bigger bosses every 10 rounds or something like that, and it's really, really interesting and decision-like. And
so the enemy comes in waves, you say?
No, you run around in a circle, and every time you cross various amounts of enemy spawn.
Okay, so, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, you have to play it, but I think if you, I don't know how this game is called. It was pretty big last year. and
Wow,
it's-
something.
Pretty big last year. Wow.
Mahon is basically something
don't know.
like 1999
Yeah.
or
No,
something like that.
no,
It's
it's
2000, 2002. or something.
2005, 2004.
Yeah.
I don't know if the listeners know what Mahon is, but you should Google it.
I mean, it's basically
Duck Hunt.
mostly. Is it Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
Should be Duck Hunt. Yeah.
Something like that kind, yeah.
Yeah, you basically.
It
shoot
was big
ducks.
in the German-speaking countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it was the first.
For the millennials, yeah.
The first Counter-Strike-alike shooter,
Family friendly.
family friendly, because you had something to eat afterwards.
You only shoot at ducks.
360 no scope. Now you know where it's coming from.
Duck's dead. Yeah. Yeah. Way too good.
Oh my
Way too
God.
good of a time we have together
Oh
here.
yeah.
So yeah, too much for me. So Philip, what were?
You mean Daniel? I was
Daniel.
already. I had my
Daniel.
turn.
Look at me. I'm the Philip now.
Hello, Philip. What have you done today?
What happened? I was at work basically, and I funny that you mentioned it because today I had a little bit of a troublesome meeting. There's a little bit of a mess going around with our organization of the university and our institute, and together with a colleague we resembled a new plan on how to organize and proceed things when it comes to ordering, because we have I'm at a chemical institute and we have to do a lot of orderings for chemicals, and sometimes it doesn't work. And we prepared a plan for it, and this was very exhausting actually today. But this is just on a side note. In general, have you guys ever thought about insurance when it comes to magic cards? Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. I had to deal with this in the last 2 weeks actually, and I still do to a little bit because I'm going to change my insurance, and I wanted to make sure that my magic card collection is just insured with my insurance company. And it's a lot of stress that you actually get to insure your cards. You have to categorize them. You have to make a list of all the values of the card. You have to take pictures of each card, and you have to make sure that the insurance knows where the prices of and the value of the card is coming from. And when you send all the information to the insurance, then you can get your cards insured. And I'm in the middle of the process of taking pictures of my cards, categorizing them, and putting them into an Excel sheet. And it's a lot of boring work actually. But I'm hoping that I will be finished by the end of the week actually.
But does your insurance also cover theft?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that
okay,
case, yeah.
Okay.
You have to just make sure basically what your collection is worth, and the state of your collection when you hand it into your insurance is, or the total net worth, let's say, is then covered in any case.
Okay.
Robbery, theft, if your house burns down, or I don't know, water damage, whatever.
Yeah.
If it just somehow gets lost, then it is covered.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Because just buying a fireproof safe
Yeah.
would be a lot cheaper if theft wasn't included.
Yeah, in that case, sure. But the insurance is not really that expensive compared to my old one, so it's included there. You just have to put in the work of. It's
So it's in the standard
Yeah.
insurance. It is included that
Yeah.
your magic cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's is it the household insurance?
Yeah, it's a household, yeah.
Okay. Basically, it's there. I think always covered. But in each case, you have to prove that you had the cards.
Actually,
So
that's true, yeah.
if Philip and I we both, I'm certain we both have household insurances.
They should also be covered there. Yeah.
It is covered there, but you have to have pictures that you prove that you own the things.
Yeah, exactly. Because you
that-
can't just make up some numbers and
Yeah.
please now my cards are being stolen. Now let's give me 20,000 euros or something like that. I mean, they want to know why. So you have to really prove it to them that you really have the.
And
Well,
you only
okay.
insure the value that you got, that the cards got now.
Yeah.
So basically, if Underground Sea spikes to
Double the price,
700 or 1,000 euros, then then they get stolen. They only cover the I think 400, 500.
I
they
think
are
so.
now
I'm not sure
worth.
if you can more or less update the information about this. I'm not sure.
I think you can update it, but that's the same work again.
it's the same work again, yeah.
You should be able, because in a basic household insurance, I think it's there is a basic price enlisted for the stuff that you have. It's the same for like your couches and your tables and stuff like that, your kitchen and every electrical stuff you own, and if that gets stolen, it's all in the same price. And basic, I just throw in a number. If you have an insurance that covers like 50,000 of household items, your magic cards are maybe 10, 15 or 20 grand or something like that. And the rest, with the rest of your stuff, it doesn't go over the 50,000, it's no problem. But if it's all about 60 or 70,000, you have to talk to your insurance company that, basically the stuff that you own in your house is more worth than the 50,000 that is covered, that they have to update it, and then you have to pay a little bit more for insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. So you have basically a sum value,
You've got a cap.
a cap
There,
there.
There's a cap in there
And
that is
it
covered.
is basically, if you're below that cap, you can distribute it to any, I don't know.
Yeah,
How
You
do you
can
want
just
it,
have one gold bar of 50,000 and the
That
rest is
just
worthless.
melts.
Yeah.
Melts along the floor. You can't use it anywhere else.
yeah.
Yeah, university, of course, also. That's what's going on. And I tried to build a bug mid-range list. And I played it in last webcam FNM last Friday.
Yeah, where I lost against you. I lost basically against everyone besides Peter.
And I lost to everyone, including Philip. So elaborate a little bit on this.
I mean, it's basically just a normal bug list. What you could imagine. It, of course, has euros in it. Euro. And I threw in some Tarmogoyfs. And and I also have a pair of Hull Breacher in it as a creature base. But just as a disruption element, so without the combo of Days Undoing, for example, which would be the controlish combo combination that you would play. And the rest is just normal good stuff cards, so Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay, Thoughtseize, a pair of Hymn the Turek. Yeah.
The bane of my existence. Baleful.
Yeah, and Painful Strix, of course, yeah. Yeah, Peter?
But the real question is,
Will it play?
will you play Intuition, Raven's Crime, and Live from the Loam in the near future?
Probably not, because I do not own Intuition, but this is certainly a nice combo. I think, wouldn't you be able to just play Loam and Raven's Crime alone?
I mean, you basically go end of turn, Intuition for Loam, Raven's Crime, and Uro, and your opponent says,
Let's go to next game.
let's go to next, because now it's really, really hard to come back from.
Yeah, it's certainly a strong grindy element, but I think it's not needed.
Yeah, it's a sweet on cards, but
The
it's
problem is that Raven's Crime on its own is not really a great card.
Yeah, I mean, it's only good if you intuition it into your
Yeah.
graveyard. But I mean, they for sure will give you the Raven's Crime into your hand. Probably, yeah.
You can just skip the Uro and say, well, I got you.
But yeah,
Yeah, this is certainly a value machine. Yeah, besides that, they then got, of course, no access to any blasts.
I mean,
I
you can
really
play
like-
Hydroblasts, but
Yeah, Hydroblast.
Which
is
are
in the
now
deck.
really great. Versus,
I
versus
have
Blood Moon, yeah.
Hydroblasts in the sideboard, yeah. But of course, I'm speaking of Pyroblasts or Red Elemental Blast. But besides that, I think the deck is really actually nice, and I would call it a solid tier 2 to 3 kind of deck, more or less.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I think so.
it's a fair
It's fun.
blue deck.
Yeah.
So it should be maximum tier 3, I would say.
I think that the tier ratings are
I mean,
overrated.
it's
Yeah.
it's playable, so yeah, fuck it.
Whatever, it's playable, and it's fun.
People put too much weight on tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3.
I mean, we have one broken deck, a few good decks, and then some decks that can spike the format. So
Yeah, as long as your deck is
constructed in a good way.
constructed in a good way and plays good cards, it's always a good deck.
And
so
I mean, it plays Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will.
yeah, how
How-
bad can a deck be if it plays Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will?
And
But
Force of Negation.
the other question: do you have another finisher other than Ura?
I have Tamoglyphs.
Yeah, you said you
And-
played Tamagotchi.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
and a pair of chases at the moment. But
Okay.
this is mostly because I only do own only 2 copies of Uro, and I think I want at least 3.
Yeah, seems to be
And I might cut the chases for
Archmage Charm would be a really good card.
Archmage Charm might, but it's a little bit heavy on the blue side for the mana costs. I mean, I do not play Wastelands. I just play
How many lands do you play? 20 or 21?
21, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just it is basically analog to the Grixis control lists that you find on it.
Do
Which
you
also
play-
play 20 or 21 lands.
How many islands do you play?
2.
And 1 forest.
No, 2 islands, 2 swamps, and no forests.
With Uru, I would for sure play 1 forest.
I mean, the forest. Besides Uru, I do not have that heavy green cards. Is a problem.
I mean,
I have
Tamoglyph.
Tamoglyph, and that's mostly it.
Sylvan Library should be for sure included.
Seven Library is in the sideboard, yeah, and Wheel of Summer also. It's for sure a consideration, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
But definitely not 2 forests.
No, only 1. You
Oh, okay,
play
yeah.
one that
I can see one.
that
I
you
can see
don't have to
Maybe
keep
one,
2
yeah.
fetch lands open against the wasteland deck.
But most of the time, it's such a bad draw to have Forest in hand. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I always feel it with the red green hollow wine because I also play 4 vistas, 3 mountain, 1 forest.
yeah, the Forest is really bad actually
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, and there are some hands, starting hands where I just have, oh yeah, I've got the 1 forest in hand and it just does nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it just does nothing. It casts nothing from the whole deck.
I mean, it's a good consideration concerning Blood Moon, if the Blood Moon is really present, and also back to basics. But I think it is more about Blood Moon right now.
Yeah.
Then for sure the Forest also makes more sense. But I think you can also always up. I think I have 3 decays.
Yeah.
And which are also good answers to Blood Moon, of course.
Yeah.
And Hydroblast.
Yeah. For sure.
Hydroblast is probably the best answer to Blood Moon if you've got islands.
Yeah.
Don't think you need anything else.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you can float the mana for Abrupt Decay, so that's another plus
Yeah.
point too. So-
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of the last Friday Night Magic that we've done via webcam, I've played with Grixis Phoenix against you, and it was the second time I played this kind of deck in this in our FNMs, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I wanted to say is, I think at Whiteface's MTG, Callum Smith has won the Lotus Box Octagon with Grixis Phoenix, but he opted for a mid-range sideboard instead of the
Doomsday?
now, I think, the Doomsday sideboard. That's pretty
Common.
pretty much standard now in the sideboard of Grixis Phoenix. And yeah, congratulations to Callum for winning this high-profile tournament. Yeah.
Awesome, yeah. Wow, what did the sideboard consist of if you mention mid-range?
Oh my god, I have to take a look. I don't have it in my brain at the moment.
But it's just value cards.
Yeah,
I think it's something like along the lines of Plague Engineer, and I think he
think
also plays
Lilia.
Baleful Strix in the sideboard.
had he played Liliana, the
Last Hope?
The Last Hope?
I'm just
Searching.
looking up the deck list. And
Yeah.
we are here. So what he basically has done is he cut the Delvers.
You play Delver also, yeah.
Yeah, for 4 Bobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want to call him Dark Confident. It's just Bob.
The right artwork is.
Yeah, and the sideboard consists of Battle Marveler, Blood Moon, Abrade, Pyroblast, Lilian, Last Hope, Thomas Crypt, Spell Pierce, and Flusterstorms.
Okay.
Yeah. The Bedlam Reveler are really, really sweet tech, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really like them. But wouldn't your opponent board in... I mean, Rip is not really relevant in the metagame currently.
Yeah, there are just... I think in the leagues I've played with Hollow One, I ran into 2 standstill decks that played Rest in Peace.
Mm-hmm.
And not even Death and Texas plays Rest in Peace at the moment. All the Death and Texas decks I played against haven't resolved Rest in Peace on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it matters really much against Hollow Wine, but
They do not.
all the time I just love it when they mull to 4 and they put in the Layla and I think they're just safe and they just go to town with 12 pond on turn 1. But they're drifting off. Yeah, I really gotta say I love the Arclight Phoenix builds that are now floating around. And also I think the Doomsday sideboard is just an easy include. So
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not really sure if it's right to don't play it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that utilizes the Dark Ritual from the main deck really, really well. And something like the mid-range pile that... the mid-range sideboard that Callum plays, it only synergizes well with the Liliana. Because everything else in the deck does not want the 3 black mana.
Yeah.
And that's really, really hard. But yeah,
You
then
probably
Dark
cite
Ritual
some
is...
rituals out, yeah.
It's one part of a AB combo deck, and if you could increase the amounts of B parts from the combo deck, it would be really, really fine.
And I gotta say, he has said he just pulled up a deck list he played before Renin 6
Okay.
and just played this in the Octagon.
Okay.
So it wasn't anywhere near updated or tuned.
Yeah, and basically before Renin 6 was before Thassa's Oracle printing.
Yeah.
So it just made sense.
Yeah, it definitely made sense. And just a great showing of a really cool archetype. Arclight Phoenix is something that has to be explored a little bit more. I think it has staying power.
Yeah.
And it would be great to have it in format. So we just need more pilots to play these kind of decks.
Yeah, and I think Arclight is now in a great position with a lot of metagame discussion about it, with a lot of deck development.
Yeah, more people are playing it, and I really like it.
And that's really, really good for the deck. I mean, I played a fair share of tournaments with Arclight Phoenix too, but to various low success with, basically I played blue-red lists, and I think then the newer lists are way, way better, because I basically took the modern deck and played it in Legacy
Yeah.
with Delbert. And the Grixis variant with Buried Alive is just way better.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, just to talk a little bit about the stuff I play currently Blue-White Dayblade, just to call Philip Justice.
Yeah, you wanted to call it Days Blade, but you don't play Days. You just took the days from Days Undoing, and it's just kind of strange. I know natural English speaker, just the second language. So Days Blade, I think it's just
Also, Dayblade refers to Beyblade a lot more.
yeah,
Yeah.
It just rolls easier from the tongue, in my opinion. So
you're
please call it
overruled.
like that.
Peter, you overruled here.
Yeah, so basically what you say is I'm not allowed to play the deck anymore.
Yeah.
So I will
Let's go to the next topic.
so we'll go and tune my Mardu Painter list,
Yeah.
or my Mardu Painter pile, as I would like to call it, which we brewed together now because we had time. And
Instead of recording, we brewed his list now, right beforehand.
yeah, I mean, it was a really cool deck I played last year, but yeah, the best card of it got banned because it was Luros, and the now mainstay card that would allow the deck to be good got banned because it is Arcum's Astrolabe, so it will be.
I thought about Senses Divining Top.
And Senses Divining Top would be another really good card for the deck too. So yeah, it will be interesting how it works out. I will
But
change
you've
some.
got Prophetic Prison.
Yeah, it will be
That's the
fine.
same. Or Mana Selects.
Selects.
No, I will play some games online, maybe some leagues, and we can talk about this on the next episode or something like that.
Oh yeah, next episode is episode 18.
Nice.
So now enough of your dog shit piles. Let's talk about another dog shit pile.
I feel offended. No, it's okay.
Let's talk about another dog shit pile made from Wizards of the Coast. It's Universities Beyond.
Daniel, you got the line wrong.
Oh, sorry.
It's Universes Beyond. Basically, it's the expansion of the Magic the Gathering world, or the Magic the Gathering mechanics to other LPs, such as in the near future Warhammer 40k in 5 commander decks, and Lord of the Rings in a whole new Magic set, which all of these cards are legal to play in Eternal formats. Thank you,
Legacy.
Wizards.
I gotta say I'm a little bit torn on this topic. On the one hand, I think it's really cool. I like Warhammer 40k, but I like Warhammer Fantasy a lot more, and I also like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is nice.
But the fact that it's Eternal legal just feels a little weird to me, because of what I never want to do in a Legacy tournament is playing a Stoneforge Mystic, searching up a Chain Sword or a Mega Blaster, playing it and equipping my Gandalf the Grey and attacking and getting it blocked by an orc equipped with the One Ring. And that's why I almost broke a glass.
Yeah,
Peter, you had enough.
I just hope that these cards won't find their way into our format. I think they could do it like something like the Godzilla IP that they've done. That would be okay in my opinion. But something like the Secret Lair, the Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
We talked about it in a prior episode.
it was called the Wanking Dead episode.
The
If you
Wanking
search
Dead.
Yeah,
up
the
for
Wanking Dead. And that's kind of what it feels like again with Universes Beyond. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, it's just really really hard for me to have something like Gandalf in the universes. I mean, Gandalf is fine. I would say the magic mechanics or the fantasy world of Lord of the Rings is similar to the fantasy world
Yeah.
of Magic the Gathering. So I can imagine that Lord of the Rings plays on a planet that the planeswalkers can travel to. So that is something that can be in the worlds of Magic the Gathering. But something like the Space Marines with blasters just make no sense here. And Warhammer 40k won't be the last thing. And something that I really, really like about the idea of the Godzilla cards, even I hated it in the first run, was that they can bring other players into our game, and that is good. And they are allowed to play like basically skins. And I just don't like that we are forced to play with skins of cards, something like that. And if basically the blaster is something like a Viridian longbow, which was printed
a
and
cheat
mirrored
day.
in, or something
fine,
like
yeah.
that.
But if it is an Umezawa Shite, then it's a problem, yeah. For example.
Yeah, I mean, no, I
From,
mean,
from the
if
power
the-
level wise.
Yeah. I mean, if
If it's a skin of a chit, then it's
yeah.
okay.
If it's just a skin,
if it would be an equipment that powerful like Chitty that you had to play it in Stormforge decks, for example,
yeah, but
then it
it's,
would be a problem.
but if it is just a skin
imagine
of
a
the chit,
better
that's
skull
that's
tank.
fine. That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a little bit ridiculous, but actually, Warhammer 40k and the tanks and the guns and the chainsaws are already a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're too far, but how far are we away from? That's not a little bit extreme, but how far away are we from Secret Lair or the new set Friends? With Chandler.
Oh, this would be nice, yeah.
yeah. I mean, we are still in a fantasy setting, but we are more in a sci-fi setting. And if it would only be fantasy settings, maybe I would be more. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but sci-fi just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's like Gandalf crewing an Death Star. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, because if we go to Warhammer 40k, we are not far away from Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, and if we are crewing the USS Enterprise or something like that, it's just whatever. I mean,
Yeah, the Magic IP has totally lost its
Maybe they're,
direction.
I don't know, running out of ideas.
No, I don't think so. I mean, they want to expand Magic the Gathering to a bigger audience, and I get it, and I really like the idea that they get more people into Legacy, which will lead to eventually get more people into Legacy, and that's something I really really like, and we need that we get more people to play with, that the format can grow it as it is, but I dislike that we are forced to play with something that we don't like.
I mean, you're emphasizing the force aspect here. I mean, do you really think that, or I think you're arguing more or mostly about the risk that there might happen or emerge a case where we have to play with one or two cards, as opposed to probably the much higher benefits of bringing new people into the Magic scene, actually?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's more the fear about the risk than we don't know for certain if there will be a card that we have to play? Let's say.
I think it depends. If Maro has said in his blog attack post that these cards are all eternal legal. If this wasn't the case, then it would be a slam dunk for me.
Yeah, it would be
Bring
amazing.
everything, every IP, even the
McDonald's
new-
versus
Yeah.
Burger King.
Yeah,
It's-
McDonald's versus Burger King,
yeah, I
and,
mean-
and How I Met Your Mother versus Simpsons.
Yeah.
Great, bring it into the game, make a
But
draftable
just-
set out of it. It's cool.
Do it
But-
like Unstable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but just because they are eternal legal, it doesn't mean they have to be played automatically. That's my point.
Yeah, but you know
you don't know
about the
for
power
certain.
creep of the last 2 years with the fire philosophy.
Yeah, I think they learned the point actually.
I hope so. At
Maybe
the same time,
maybe we two are just
disillusioned from what.
I
maybe
think- I
we
think actually-
think too bad about it.
Yeah.
Maybe they make a standalone draftable set that won't have any playable cards for Legacy or
I
something like
honestly
that.
think
And that's fine.
the next set that are coming, I think they will close to no playable cards in Legacy. I think it will be really downgraded in power level wise. Also the standard sets.
Hope.
I think so.
I mean,
I
not
honestly
hopefully,
think so.
but
Even playable cards are okay, even if they're from other IPs. But I just fear of something like from the power level of Oko or Lurus that we have to deal with for a year or half a year,
Yeah, I
or
don't
1.5
think this is-
years.
this is too
That's
big of a-
just from another IP.
Yeah.
That's probably too much for a lot of people to bear,
Yeah.
and could devastate any interest in the format.
yeah, I mean,
And that's just something I'm afraid of, because I love the format and I love all the people surrounding it.
Yeah.
I don't fear something like Oko or Lurus in the near future. I think
Definitely not.
for the next 1.5 year, I think they learned the point. I think it should be fine in the next 1.5 year, or maybe 2 or 3 years even. The one thing I fear is something like a non-broken card that is a must include in like maybe 5 to 15% of the meta share. Something like, can you imagine that the best, if Stoneforge Mystic was basically a Gandalf or something like that, or not a Gandalf, let's talk about another P, like it is Harry Potter or something like that. It's a Hagrid or something like that. It's an okay card. It isn't overpowered, but if you are playing in a fair deck that plays white, you have to play Hagrid, and that's something I dislike.
Yeah, for sure.
If it is only the skin for Stoneforge Mystic that is Hagrid,
Yeah.
I'm completely fine. If I don't want to play with Hagrid because I dislike the Harry Potter franchise, I don't have to play Hagrid.
Yeah.
And that's something that can eventually develop over the next. Let's not talk about the next year or the next 1.5 year, but in the next 4 years.
So the potential for this is certainly there,
Yeah.
but I think let's just trust and see what happens, and maybe only positive things about this will happen. So.
Yeah, we certainly can't do anything about it. So we just have to wait and see.
So let's end the rant and start or end the episode with a really, really positive note.
Oh yeah.
Because Wizards...
Some things, miracles happen. Terminus.
Terminus.
I mean, Terminus wasn't spoiled and won't be spoiled, but yeah, the miracle that happened is a remastered set about Time Spiral, where we got some really, 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 really gorgeous looking Magic cards.
I'm so fucking hyped for this. I can't emphasize this anything more. I came back to Time Spiral from my hiatus before I what's basically happened is I started Magic with Onslaught, then I took a hiatus and came back in Time Spiral, and they were my first baby steps into competitive Magic and Standard and Draft and Block Constructed, and oh my god, the nostalgia hits me hard. For the first time, I think in 10 years, 15 years, I've been buying a box. Oh my god! And that's that's really extreme for me. I won't buy boxes. I only buy single. I won't buy boosters. But this time, fuck yeah, give it to me. Inject it into my veins.
I mean, I've since I started playing Legacy and Modern basically exclusively, I've stopped buying displays and something like that, and even I ordered a display of Time Spiral Master
really?
2. It's just
Okay. So I'm the only one basically who didn't do that. I'm just sticking to buying the singles, but I will certainly buy my singles that I need.
So you're a little bit hyped.
Oh, I'm certainly very happy. I'm really happy to pimp out my decks. Especially looking forward for the Thoughtseize and the Ponder, actually.
Thoughtseize,
Really nice.
Ponder, Lavinia,
Yeah.
Containment Priest, Past in Flames,
Pyromancer, Gurmag Angler, Lingering
Abrupt
Souls,
Decay, I really love
Baral,
Baral.
Baral, Remand.
Past in Flame.
It's-
So many home runs in this set.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just hope this set sells so extremely well that WotC will do more of this.
basically, it feels like that Caleb Scherer made the sheet for us because we got Baral, Remand, Past in Flames, Repeal.
Yeah.
It's basically 13 cards or 11 cards from Modern Storm that got printed.
The only thing for me that's missing is two cards are missing. It's Faithless Looting and Kolaghan's Command.
Oh yeah.
That I
Kolaghan's
would
Command
have
be nice.
loved in this set. Then
This would be nice.
everything I need would be here. So I have my Young Pyromancers, my Battling Revelers, my Lingering Souls, my Faithless Looting, and my K-Commands. Oh, fuck. I would never play anything else than Mardu Pyromancer.
I mean-
and even if I go 0-5 in every league, it's just, oh yeah. Fuck this, it's so good.
Could you imagine that Arcom's Astrolabe would have been one card of the sheet?
What card? I don't think I
It-
have
it's-
heard this
it- it's a-
name
it's a glimmer.
anywhere
It's-
in the past. I can't remember anything of it. I just erased it from my memory. This thing's never happened. These things never happened. You mean Mana Silix? Oh yeah, that's a cool card.
That's a
You
fine
should play it. You should try it.
I tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good note, and it will be costly for a lot of Eternal players. And I think we should end.
The episode.
Yeah, with this we wrap it up. If you want to see my Red-Green Madness or my Red-Green Hollow Wine list, you can find me on Twitter on @FinnickMTG. It's PHINNEKMTG. And where can we find you, Peter?
You can find me on Twitter. It's @UnicornLordMTG. No, only Unicorn Lord.
You upgraded.
No, I'm Unicorn Lord MTG on Twitch. So it's @UnicornLord, but the O in the Lord is a 0. Where can we find you, Daniel?
It's also on Twitter @FlyingDelverMTG. Oh no, just @FlyingDelver.
The next one.
Okay, this was on purpose. Just @FlyingDelver as always. You can find me there.
And you can find us free at respawns_legacy. Just leave us a follow there. It would be great. We need some more.
And for some feedback, if you want to contact us, you can write us on the email, which is
in-response@gmx.at.
and
With
basically
this.
the end.